Okay, hey everybody. This is Grace. I'm on my way to yet another appointment. Today's February 12th. Not with the same people. These are new ones. Seems like I got appointments for everything under the sun that you could imagine. Well, that would apply, but still, not even. This one is for glasses. To get new glasses, which applies. Yeah, but anyway, I want to see. I'm doing this experiment, non-official, but still doing this experiment. You know, I'm actually trained in research. You know, I've forgotten the terminology. I haven't used it. You know, you lose it. It's been a long time, but but this is more like observation. You know, qualitative. Quantitative. But I've been doing this little research for myself that every kind of appointment, it does not matter whether it's from dentistry to surgeons to whatever. I don't know if I've seen a surgeon yet. Yeah, one. But anyway, oh my goodness, that in their office, no matter what, somebody, it can start with the phone call. It can start with the phone call to make the appointment. But somebody in every one of them in this area, north of Dallas in Texas, but somebody that works there somewhere is going to act superior to me. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only person this experience. This kind of thing happens to. But I'm speaking from the experience. They're going to be superior. Now, what they judge their superiority on is beyond me. But I don't play the totem pole game. But if I did, I would use what I value. What I value to make me superior. So, whoops. Okay. But anyway, I mean, there have been, I've had several appointments, different places, and I can tell you some of it starts over the phone. Seriously, to schedule an appointment, they'll act like they are so, as one of my sisters would call it, highfalutin. But no, they act like they're superior. And it's like, girl. Oh, it just makes me laugh. Seriously. I mean, I used to, when I was a career student for over 20 years, okay, I would fill in sometimes for things like do an interim office management, surgery scheduling. I did medical billing, you know, these kinds of things. And I worked in these these kinds of offices. And, you know, that Valley Girl speak thing was something. That same sister that she would say, y'all talked all that highfalutin talk. It's like it was a Valley Girl kind of thing. Well, I think over the years, you know, because that's when I was young. Oh, I'm 61 now. Over the decades, it's changed. Where's a little hint of the Valley Girl speak, but it's still that they're acting as though they're superior. I mean, and like I said, it can start with the person who schedules appointments over the phone. You know, all the way, and I wanted to add, all the way to the doctor, herself or himself. Okay, I just had a little bit of that Valley Girl. I can't do it anymore. I really can't. You know, I used to, just thought it was fun. But, anyway, the last time was just last week, and I mean, was making a video as I was driving to the place. Well, once I got there, I think, and said I want to see how long it takes for someone to do that. You know, someone within the office to act like they're going to put me in my place that they think is my place. Well, that doesn't work as it is, but they're going to try that and to make themselves superior. You know, who will it be? Who would it be? And how long will it take? Okay. happened right off the bat. I mean, as soon as I walked in the door, right off the bat, the front desk clerk, she wound up leaving. But it was a really irritating thing. Look at this price of the gas. It just went up 30 cents since 3 days ago. Oh, just a few days ago. 30 cents? Really? Already? Prices increased that high already? Wow. Oh my goodness, what are we in store for? Like I said, today's February 12th. The lowest I've seen was $2.49, and that was in the summer. So here's, okay, I'm going to start copping that Valley Girl speak if I watch it. But anyway, I find this kind of thing, I find it disgusting, really. And I actually feel sorry for the people who feel the need to try to, try to elevate themselves by stepping on people. I've always, I'm taking a different, in a way, attitude about it. I feel sorry for them. They cannot compete. The competition should just be within yourself. You competing against yourself to improve yourself. It shouldn't be, okay, I'm going to stand on top of somebody else and I push them down so I can look higher up. Seriously, it's not all that. It's not about that at all. That only makes you look inferior. So when these women try to act superior, and it's women. I only have experienced one male act like that. Okay, in all these years. So it's women. But then again, these are female-dominated fields. And man, my goodness, they have to work in such close quarters. And, they're like right on top of one another. I can't believe the gas has already gone up that much. How much is it going to be before you know it, I mean, $2.89, it was just in the 250s. Wow. Unbelievable. Seriously, unbelievable. Man. Anyway, these women, okay? I mean, it must be sad, their lives. Like I said, I've worked for those kinds of places and those close quarters, but usually I had, my own office or my own office, my own space, So I didn't really have to worry about it too much, except for one. And man, those women were vicious. Vicious women. My sister was a nighttime, well, she had worked there before, so then she was made a supervisor. She didn't actually work there. She did the stuff from home, and they had to mind her, and they hated her, which, I'm estranged from my family, my choice. So, but they took it out on me, or tried to. I'm like, this is crazy crap, man. These women can be so unbelievably vicious. Vicious. Okay. Cruel. They work in these offices. But just to think, people are having to go around, putting other people down, thinking, oh, I'm so superior, I'm going to tell them where their place is and everything. Like I said, it could be all the way to the doctor. I'm going to put you in your place, that you know where you stand. I mean, how much does that work for other people? It doesn't work for me. By the time I'm gone, they'll know that they're not. Okay, I say that, but sometimes I just ignore it. Whoops, gotta get back over there because that lane is gonna end, of course. Anyway, I probably need to stop this to use the map. I think I just keep going on and on and on and on down this road forever and a day. But anyway, yeah, I needed to stop and get me something to eat, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. traffic, if this road, if I remember correctly, it would suddenly, they'd close off both lanes to work on it. This started during Biden's time, just for the FYI, when there was a lot of infrastructure. This is the second wealthiest county in Texas. And it's very conservative, but they sure did. Oh, I love that infrastructure money. They certainly did. I think they voted against it, didn't they? Anyway, let's move on. Prices of gas already. Anyway, let's move on. But anyway, I think I will, and I'll use the map because I want to stop, get something to eat too before I get there. But once I get back out of there, I'll let you all know if it happened at this place too. Because I'm serious, that last place I went to, it happened as soon as I got up to the counter. I don't even think I was up to the counter when the woman started her crap. And it is crap. Because I'm going to judge by my own standards. And by my own standards, you don't meet those standards. They're judging by their own standards. But like I said, I don't play that game. I don't see myself superior and inferior. But if I did, by my own standards, I would be superior, of course. You get what I'm saying, right? They're judging by what are they judging by? That's what I really want to know. What are they judging by? Because as far as I see it, you don't have anything superior about you. I mean, what standard? I mean, I really want to know. What is the standard that you're judging by? There's nothing obvious. Really? We'll see. Okay, I'm about to go in. And, but by the way, I do know what they judge it by. I was being a little sarcastic. And, I mean, it's their own ego. Whatever they think. I was trying to make that point throughout the rest of it. Whatever they think makes them superior. But some of them, they just think they're superior. Some of them think because they work in a doctor's office or something similar, that therefore they're superior. And some of them that have gone to school for 4 to 6 weeks to become an MA, medical assistant, or maybe a little longer, they elevate themselves up to the level of the doctor. I've seen it too many times. Way too many times. Like I said, I know I'm not the only one. But we'll see. Okay, so I'm out of there. I had to go out twice, which was not good because lately I've been having this problem when I walk of shortness of breath. But I had to go back in because they forgot to charge me. One of the things, and as it was an ophthalmologist. Is that what it is? Ophthalmologist. Eye doctor. And they had dilated my eyes, and I don't have any sunglasses, so they gave me this thing to put behind my glasses. And man, I don't know if that was worse. But oh my goodness. Anyway, but as it is, it was, I almost laughed, which would have been bad, which would have been rude, when I walked in, and I was the only person there in the waiting room at the time. I walked in, or maybe there was one couple. No, I was the first one. And the guy, it was a guy who was the front desk clerk. And, I had said that about never being rude, and I was thinking, if he's rude, I'm gonna lose it. But he was real nice, and then I went in. When I was sitting there, an older woman came out with her son, I guess. They had been back there, and she was wearing so much perfume, and I have perfume chemical allergies, really bad, and I had already had problem because people wear this stuff to doctor's offices. Why? You're going to be sitting in a smallish room with a lot of other people? Do you not understand about chemical allergies? I just think there's not enough information out there. And not enough people complaining that, yeah, you could kill us. Which is more important? You wearing perfume or killing us living? Which one? You'd be surprised. Okay, so anyway, I was so glad when they finally called me, because the room started to fill up after I got there. You know, I try to get an appointment right after their lunchtime, you know, so I can try to not be around people who are wearing perfume or cologne. You know, I want to be there first so that I can get out of there. You know, get put back in a room, something. You know, I keep saying, you know, no, don't you, you know. Anyway. So anyway, it started filling up. And you bet the more people come in, the more cologne and all this. And I'm starting to gag, and I had already been, you know, especially when that woman, an older woman, the door was right near me. She was standing there, just standing there with it just reeking. Oh my goodness. So anyway, that was it. I was thinking that was it, because I can't do that. And they called me back, and the woman that as I had to ask, because they never tell, I've yet to know anybody when I go to any of these places who introduce themselves about what is their job title. You know, and you would think they would, and even say their name. My goodness. But she reminded me of one of my nieces, you know, her appearance. And this woman was just she was a young woman, about my niece's age, I would say, that niece's age. And she was so curt. It was rudely curt, you know, just rude. But, you know, she wasn't saying anything mean. It was just that she was rude with her curtness. Curt is rude. So, and you know, things like, I was telling her, I said, this is too short for me. I'm a tall woman. So this is too low for me. Okay, you know, when you put your chin and all that, I was having to bend down and all this. And she would have come back with some answer that was rude. You know, like, well, I don't know. I don't even know what she was saying. I'm trying to adjust it. No, she wasn't. She was leaving it there. I'm way up here and it's way down there. Okay. So she wouldn't have to do an extra step or something. Those kinds. She was curt. Then the next one was curt. And then the doctor came in. He was curt. I was like, well, complaining is not gonna It ain't going to. It's not going to make any difference to complain. I mean, the doctor's curt. His assistant was curt. His tech was curt. But then when I checked out, there was some people standing there, 2 men, and they were wearing so much cologne. And I told the doctor, because while he was in front of me, I said, I got chemical allergies. It's making me cough. And so I'd have to take myself away from the machine to cough. He says, well, thanks for informing me. Still hurt. And come on, people, stop wearing this crap. Nobody wants to smell anyway. It does not smell good. Okay, I've yet to smell any of it that smells good. You know, enough for everybody to go, oh, what a wonderful smell. Oh. I'm being sarcastic, but you get it. If your life depends on it, and people stop being so rude, you know, because remember, Adam's niece tried to kill me with it 3 times. So did his sister, her mother, years before. So yeah, I have a clue. And what people don't care about. They don't care about other people. Too many people who do something like that go to an office, a doctor's office. Are you thinking, really, you're going to be sitting there with a lot of other people smelling like that. People can have chemical allergies. You wouldn't eat peanuts in front of a child with peanut allergies, would you? Maybe so. You know, for some of them, they're so sensitive, from what I've heard, that they just smelling it can set them off. Okay. But some people would. It's all about them. But anyway, and as I was checking out, there was these two men standing there, and they were having to translate on their phones, and so it was taking longer. And the woman taking the money, she got their money from it. She asked me for mine, and she started laughing, and we started laughing because she's going, I can relate. Sorry, I got chemical allergies. She said, I know, and it's so thick, because they weren't going to understand her because they were translating on their phone. And we both just, because it was kind of a little bit back and forth, but we were nice, but still a little bit back and forth. And we started laughing. We couldn't stop laughing. She said, I wish I could go with you. You know, stuff like that. She goes, I want to be out here too. Because she has allergies too. So people work there. This is the second place. The one I mentioned that I went to last week, the woman behind the counter said the same thing, that she has chemical allergies. And it bugs her so much. So people who work there too, like that one and like this one, they have chemical allergies too. They don't need to be smelling you. Nobody needs to be smelling you. You know, take a shower. Take a shower. You know, keep yourself clean. Okay? You don't have to wear that stuff. Somebody had told me that years ago. You know, you would think they'd learn how to shower. And I was thinking, you know, you're right. It's probably what it is. They're covering up their stench. And I found that to be very true over the years, especially with two certain people I've already mentioned. Yeah. So anyway, while I was in there, Adam called me and said that, he said, are you going to come pick me up? I said, what do you mean come pick you up? I thought maybe he had a procedure at the doctor's, because he had 2 appointments today. And then I need to pick him up. I said, I just now got in the doctor's office here, filling out forms. And I said, why? He had told me, you know, where he was. It was a mechanic shop. I said, what happened to your SUV? And apparently they told him that some animal got in it and chewed up a bunch of wires. Okay. Which I gotta remember, because he hasn't driven his SUV. And we park our SUVs side by side, and nothing's wrong with mine. So no animal got in mine and chewed up all the wires. But anyway, he had to leave it there. I said, well, I'm just here. I said, you're gonna wait for me to get out of there? Which I'm glad he didn't, because that was let's see. Oh man. Whew. It was like 3 hours. 3.5 hours. Okay, maybe I forgot how to do math. 2.5 hours. Anyway, yeah. Okay, anyway. I had to get something to drink. I was starting to cough. That was bad. And it was really bad. Because there was 2 people that were standing there at the counter that were, the woman, she forgot to ask me to pay for one of them. So I had already gotten out to my SUV, had to walk all the way back in. That was bad. But the 2 guys that were standing there had to have a translator on their cell phone, you know, translate through their cell phones. They were both wearing a lot of cologne. You know, people, stop doing that to other people. Really, I'm begging you, don't do that. Why is it so important you smell? You know, really. But anyway, that was bad, because I was so glad to be out at my SUV sitting down, and just when I sat down, she called me and she said, I forgot to get your payment for one of the things. And I thought she had, I couldn't see because they had dilated my eyes, and I had these things in. I could see, but it was barely, you know. Oh my goodness. I mean, I can see right now like I'm driving. But if I had to look at something really close, I don't know about that. So, all these road constructions still going on since the past, let's see, 2, 3, 4 years. Say 4 years. Yeah. They really took advantage of this infrastructure, like I said earlier. Lots and lots and lots of it. Oh boy, but they're right. You know, if I take a look underneath my glasses, right? You know, I'm wearing glasses in those lens, those dark sunshade kind of lens. It is so bright because they dilated my eyes. He said nothing was really wrong. He said just usual age-related. You know, he said nothing's wrong. Of course, I have to have a prescription for eyeglasses because I've worn eyeglasses since I was 10 years old. And it's always been the same prescription from what I was told. It was always the same prescription year after year. So, anyway. But this is so weird wearing these things. They're such a weird thing. But anyway, I don't have to go back to a year. Maybe they'll have people with personalities working there. I'm serious. It was like personality-less people that do not have personalities. I don't like that. You know, I remember when the movement started that they told people who work in these places, any doctor's office, anything, you know, medical related, to not feel so much empathy and sympathy for your patients, not to get too involved because that would wear on you, you know. No, I think you're wrong, but this is my opinion. A very, 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 very educated and experienced opinion. Very, very. Is that no, that's kind of like teaching people to be narcissistic. Don't have any empathy for anybody. You know, if there were so much of a worry, seriously, concern about people getting burnt out and stuff like that, have them switch up their jobs. If that's the case, 6 months work. You know, don't make the patients pay. Patients need somebody who's actually there when they're there, and who's not narcissistic, who sees that this is somebody who needs empathy or sympathy. There's somebody who has a personality, not some robotic person. No. So the patient shouldn't have to pay for it either. And you know that person who actually got into the field because they wanted to help people, they're hurting too. This is my opinion. Very, 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 very educated person opinion. Man, and you look out in the world today and you see so many people being so self-centered, and that was creepy. I'm going to tell you the truth. It was creepy. They were so curt, just like robotic, like I'm saying, just no there when they're there, no personality. I have not seen it that bad. I really haven't. Wow, you know, seriously. But some would say, oh, they're being very professional. Really? Seriously? That's what you think of as professional? I enjoyed more of my visit with the woman in the exit than anything else. We started cracking up laughing because it was very true. We were there when we were there. These people, these two guys were wearing so much cologne. Just so much. Why? Really? Seriously. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. Talk to you on another video. Bye.